Hi, it's Nix here. Welcome to your mats. Today we're going to be doing a cheeky chair Pilates flow. So you'll obviously need a chair. And then you kind of want one that you can, when sitting down on it, your feet are touching. You don't want your feet to be up too high. And then we'll get going. So setting up, your chair is facing towards you. And you want to have your setup about a leg distance away from the chair. Feet are going to be fist distance apart. We're just going to take a gentle, normal roll down to start off with. Taking a deep breath in. And a big breath out, just to settle into your body for a moment. And let's take another one like that. Deep breath in through your nose. And exhale to release. Inhale. Exhale, taking a gentle bend to your knees as you start to roll down one vertebra at a time, trying to keep the weights in the ball of your feet. Making sure there's some control to your arms, don't let the shoulders slink completely forward, keeping the weight forward. So almost as if you could lift your heels, make sure your neck is relaxed. When you get to the bottom, it's active in the forward fold, especially if you're quite flexible. Don't flop down to the bottom. Keep it nice and active. Take an inhale breath at the bottom. Exhale, as you start to roll up one vertebra at a time, think of leading with the center of your back. Hamstrings are definitely switching on. As you get to the top, spine returns back to neutral. We take a deep breath in. Second round, exhale as we start to roll down. Think of leading with the crown of your head. Your shoulder blades are just resting gently on your back. They're not slinking forward. We've got our weight forward. Active forward fold when you get to the bottom. It's an inhale breath. Belly button to spine. A little puppet string draws you from the center of the back to standing on your exhale. Try not to crunch the chin towards the chest. Think of having an imaginary tennis ball underneath your chin. The last one, I want you to stop halfway down on the roll down. Inhale. Exhale as you start to roll down. So you're going to stop when you're about in line with the chair. Pausing and then just reaching your hands to place on the chair. You want to try and find a flat back, neutral spine, not sticking out your bum, a nice neutral spine. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, I want you to try and round the spine as much as you can. You can even hold onto your chair for a little bit of leverage, getting a stretch across the back. And then coming back to a neutral spine again. We're not sticking out our butt just yet. Neutral spine, inhale. Exhale, now you can go for it. Stick out your butt. Think sitting bones to ceiling. Think breadth across the chest. And then back to a neutral spine, flat back. Your right arm is going to reach up towards the ceiling. Try to keep your hips as square as you can, so don't let that right hip flare out to the side. Keep the hips nice and square. Think of rotating through the shoulder only as you gaze up towards your top hand. 2 breaths here. Inhale. Exhale. Can you maybe open that top shoulder a little bit more? Take your last breath in. Exhale, hand comes back to the chair. Make sure you return to that neutral spine or just readjust the pelvis. And then we reach our left arm up towards the ceiling. Also a great place to check in the difference between the two sides, the difference in the rotation. Making sure that left hip isn't swaying backwards, keeping your hips square. Take your last breath in. And exhale to place your hand back on the chair. We're going to roll up to a standing position. Before we do, really focus on hollowing out your belly. Draw the belly button towards your spine. And you want to just gently slink off the chair to a standing position. Slowly rolling up. Hamstrings are on all the way to a standing position. And then we're going to take our warm up on the chair. So I'm just going to turn my face side on so that you can see me a little bit clearer. Coming to sit side on your chair, you want your lumbar spine, that's your lower back. If you've got iffy back, uncomfortable, you can do this whole sequence literally lying on the floor. You can forget about the chair. Also, if you needed a pillow or a little blankie or whatever over the chair, go for it. So lying feet on the chair, lying down on the chair, my lumbar spine, my lower back is off of the chair. I haven't relaxed yet, I'm still active. Feet come fist distance apart. You should have your shoulders resting quite comfortably on the chair. Then coming to interlace your hands behind your head, and make sure you relax your head into your hands. You want to use your hands to support your head. We find a neutral pelvis, neutral spine, taking a deep breath in. Exhale as you slowly start to increase the tilt. You're not going to go anywhere, but you're just increasing. It's a small movement, increasing the tilt, pubic bone towards your nose without clenching your glutes. I don't want you to take a glute bridge and squeeze a coin or whatever between your butt cheeks. I want you to just tilt the pelvis, really focusing on the lower abdominals. That's the space between the hip points. And then just allow the spine to return back to neutral. Inhale, we're going to go in the opposite direction now. Exhale with control. Allow your lumbar spine to just soften. You've got to be careful with that lower back. Just a gentle softening. Inhale as you exhale to return back to neutral, and then start to tilt pubic bone towards your nose as you curl up a little bit more. Slight extension through the hips. Inhale, make sure your head's relaxed into your hands. Exhale, we return to that sticking out bum position. Think sitting bones down, think relaxation through that lower back lumbar spine. And we're going to flow through that. So pubic bone towards your nose on your exhale. Hold for your inhale. Exhale as you gently allow the lumbar spine to relax. Inhale at that bottom face. Exhale to curl pubic bone towards your nose. Now, if you've got quite a flexy lower back, try not to just sink completely into your flexibility. I know that feels good, but we want to move with control. You've got 2 more. Keep flowing through that. So pubic bone to nose, and then gently release. And then your last one, pubic bone to nose, and gently release. There's no graceful way to come out of this, but find that neutral spine first. Use the chair to help you. This time we're going to take our thoracic spine, that's our upper back, thoracic spine, off the back of the chair. So I'm going to have my body lying on the chair. Legs are coming up to a tabletop position. Obviously it's going to feel different for all of us with different chairs. Thoracic spine, so that's kind of just underneath your shoulder blades. That's resting off the back of the chair. Just adjusting so you don't fall. Legs to tabletop, shins are parallel, hands to the back of the head, and you'll feel before we even do anything, our abdominals are engaged. We take a deep breath in. Exhale to lift a little bit higher. Hold at the top for the inhale. Exhale to return back. You're not folding over the back. You're finding a neutral spine. Inhale. Exhale to lift. Hollow out your belly. Should be shaken because I am. Inhale. Exhale to lower the chest down. You've got 3 more like that. Press the lower back into the chair. Inhale. Exhale to lift. Inhale, small movements. Exhale to lower. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale to lift. Inhale. Exhale to lower. You can feel if you go too far, you're going to fall off the back of the chair. You've got to hold it. Inhale. Exhale to lift. This time we hold. You reaching your hands to come to the backs of the legs. Hold onto your legs. Use your biceps. Can you lift the chest a little higher? So taking a pause through your abdominals, but also getting a nice stretch through the shoulder blades. So we'll hold for 2 more breaths. And let's take a last breath in. And a big breath out. Hands are going to come back behind your head. You're going to lower your left foot down to the floor. Now, if you can't touch the floor, you can always grab a little book, pause the video, grab a little book, put it under the foot, and then you'll feel a little bit more supported. You're going to pulse your knee towards your nose. We go for 10, 9, 8. Stay broad across your chest. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. To swap it out, we take left leg up to tabletop first, right leg back down to the floor. We pulse left knee to nose. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Right leg comes back up to tabletop, grabbing the chair and bringing yourself up to a seated position. I'm just going to move the chair for the time being. So a little bit of footwork. You can use your chair to help you keep your balance, but we're going to stand, take your feet about fist distance apart, and you're just going to gently bend the knees. It's not a squat. I'll face side on. I'm not squatting. My pelvis is neutral. My feet are fist distance. I'm just taking a gentle bend to my knees and standing up. Gentle bend to my knees, standing up. I want you to focus to your ankles, especially if you do quite a bit of running, or you're quite tight in your ankles, maybe you walk around in heels the whole day. This will feel really nice to stretch the front of the shin and to get into your calf. Making sure you're not squatting. It's not a squat. Just take 2 more like that. 2. Last 1. This one I am going to use the chair just to help with balance. From there, we're going to rise high onto the balls of the feet. Staying high onto the balls of the feet, you're going to bend the knees, keep the ankles still, and stand all the way up. We've only got 5 of them. Now the aim here is to think that you've got 2 little tennis balls just underneath your heels. You can't squash them, you can't lose them. So not changing the angle of your ankle. Let's go for 2 more. 2. Last 1. I don't want you to drop your heels. All you're going to do is just bring the heels to touch. So like a little ballet first position. You're going to bend your legs. Your knees are tracking over the center of your legs, not too wide. Center of the feet, all the way up. Only 5. Again, we've got those tennis balls or stiletto heels, whatever you want to picture, just underneath your heels. Take 2 more. 2. And last 1. This time, lowering your heels. Make sure those feet are fist distance apart. We're taking variation of calf raises. High onto the balls of the feet. Bending the knees, lowering the heels. Enjoy that stretch through the calves. Lift the heels up. Lower the heels down. Should feel really nice through the Achilles and through the calf. Make sure you're not sticking your bum out. We go for 3. 2, lower. 4, lower with control. 5, enjoy the stretch. 6, try and press equally through all 10 toes. 7, 8, oh, got a nice shake going on. 9, last one. 10, lowering all the way down. Standing up, we're just going to take some single leg. So focusing single ankle. Left leg is going to come up to a tabletop. You can do this without the chair if you want to. That's quite nice to have it there. Less about balance, more about our form. Right ankle, we take a gentle bend. Same as before, it's not a squat down, not a pistol squat. I want you to focus on the ankle movement. Gentle ankle and all the way up. We're just getting some mobility into the ankles. For 2. For 3. For 4, as you keep going, you've got 2 more. You want to try and track the knee about the second toe. 5, this is our last one. 6, standing up, we just swap it out. Make sure feet are fist distance before you change. Don't sink into that hip. Come out of the hip, tabletop, we go again. We've got 6 of them, or 8, I can't remember, but keep going. 5, don't stick out your bum. 4, it's about the ankle and the foot. 3, 2, last 1, and release. Lower the foot down. You can move the chair not all the way out, just facing you actually, so we can transition quite easily. And then I want you to come lying flat on your back. I'm going to move into some abdominal work. So hands are going to come behind your head. Right leg to table, left leg to table. We're sort of repeating the same exercise we did when we were on the chair. We take a deep breath in. I want you to feel the difference. As you exhale to lift the chest, how different it feels when you've got the floor supporting you. Inhale. Exhale to lower, nice floor underneath us, not as hectic as on the chair. Inhale. Exhale to lift. Relax your head into your hands. Inhale. Exhale to lower. You've got 3 more like that. Inhale at the bottom. Exhale to lift. Hollow out your belly. Imagine you're trying to slide your ribs and tuck them into your pants. Inhale. Exhale to lower. This is your last one. Inhale. Exhale as you lift. Inhale. Exhale to lower all the way down. You're going to take your arms out to a capital T shape. Palms are facing up towards the ceiling. Focus on pressing the lower back into the mat. And you're going to think of twisting from the waist. Inhale to take your ankles, your knees over to the left-hand side, keeping them stacked. I don't want you to drop too far as you arch the back. Keep them stacked. Exhale as you come back through center. Press the lower back down. Inhale over to the right. Keep those knees and ankles stacked. You can have a look at your own knees and ankles. See if they're shifting around. Exhale, press the lower back down. Don't draw the knees closer to your body. Inhale to the left. Exhale through center. Focus on that twisting feeling at the waist. Inhale to the right. Exhale back through center. One more each side. Inhale to the left. Make sure the knees are away from you. Exhale back through center. Last one. Inhale to the right. Use your breath. Exhale to come back through center. Legs are going to stay at tabletop. We're going to take our hands behind us, palms facing up towards the ceiling. Take a deep breath in. Big breath out. Inhale, we lift our arms first, then our head, then our chest, all the way to bring our arms parallel to our body. We'll take 2 preps first, and inhale to go arms back first, then the shoulder blades, then the head. Try and get that coordination. Think of reaching over a rainbow arc. Inhale, we go arms, then head, then chest, and exhale to go arms, shoulder blades, head. This is your last one. We're going to pause at the top. Inhale to go arms, head, chest. If you've done Pilates before, these are our hundreds. We're going to start to take a deep breath in. We pulse our arms for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale. 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale. 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale. 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale. Keep going. Keep your shoulder blades off of the mat. If you want more, extend the legs up to the ceiling. Exhale. Inhale. You've got one more round of breath. Exhale. Get the shoulder blades off of the mat. Inhale. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Last one. Exhale. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale to bring your hands back to table, or your legs back to table. Arms go back. Shoulder blades all the way down. Don't drop your knees just yet. Hands are going to circle around, coming to capture the back of the legs. Like we did on the chair, I want you to use your biceps to lift you up. Lift you up. Now hollow out your belly. Hollow out your belly. Drop your shoulders. It's a little bit of a breather, but we're still working. Can you maybe spread the shoulder blades a little bit more? Keep hollowing out the belly. You're going to take both hands to the tops of the knees. I haven't dropped my height. Both hands to the tops of the knees. You're going to inhale to shoot your arms and legs out at the same time to find a V position. Exhale to circle them around to catch. We'll go together. Inhale to shoot. Find a V position. Exhale, move through honey as you come around to bring the hands to the tops of the knees. Inhale to shoot. Exhale to sweep the hands around. Move with some intention, hands to the knees. Inhale to shoot. Exhale to sweep around. Hands come to knees. Shoulders are off the mat. Last one. Inhale to shoot. Don't drop when we're done. Exhale to come all the way around. Stay lifted. Stay lifted. Shoulder blades off. Hollow out your belly. Both hands are going to come to the right knee. You're going to extend the left leg long and think of 2 laser beams out the toes. Laser beams pointing in the same direction. Don't drop that left leg too low. And we change the legs. And change. Get off your shoulder blades. And change. And change. Gentle hands to the knees. Don't pull the leg too close to you. Change. Change. Can you lift your chest higher? Change. Change. One more each side. Change. Change. You're going to keep the legs going. Take the hands behind the head. Start to take sort of bicycles with legs not so low. Change. For our crisscross. Change. Change. Think of just kissing the mat with one shoulder blade at a time. I don't want you to cross. I want broad across the chest. Broad across the chest. Broad across the collarbones. To the left. To the right. to the left, one more each side, to the right, to the left, both legs through center, and relax all the way down. Hells bells, well done. Draw your knees into your chest. I'm going to take a one-time rocking and a rolling, just to come up to a nice, easy seated position. Extend your legs out in front of you. You can take the feet mat distance apart, flexing your feet, reaching your arms out in front of you. We're sitting up nice and tall. If you've got that flexi spine, watch that you aren't sitting forward. We're sitting up against an imaginary wall. A little bit slower now. We take a deep breath in. Exhale as you start to take your chin towards your chest. Think of gliding your arms forward along some water or glass. You can't drop your arms down. Reaching forward, find a rounding through the spine. Inhale, belly button to spine first. Exhale as we lead from the lower back, the middle back, the upper back to sit all the way to the top. Inhale. Exhale as you round forward. Keep going. I'm just going to cue you through it. I want you to think of my arm being around your tummy, and you are folding over my arm as you reach forward. Instead of flattening out, you've got to fold over my arm. Inhale. Exhale. Now you're going to come off of my arm as you go belly button to spine, lower back, middle back, upper back, head to the top. We've got two more like that. Inhale. Exhale as we curl forward. Keep those shoulder blades resting nice and gently on your back. Don't let the shoulders creep up to the ears. Inhale when you find that nice rounded over the legs. Exhale as you start to roll up, stacking one vertebra at a time all the way to the top. Last one like that. Shoulders back. Inhale. Exhale as we curl forward. Slowly. One vertebra at a time. Keep those shoulder blades on your back. Inhale. Exhale, belly button to spine, lower back, middle back, upper back, all the way up to a seated position. Bring your legs to close, point your toes. And then I want us to take our hands to the top of our head. You can interlace them or just place them there, broad across the chest. Feel your scapula, your shoulder blades spreading across your back like two wings. Inhale through center. You're going to rotate your torso to the right. 2 pulses on your exhale. 1, 2. Use your obliques. Inhale through center. 2 pulses. 1, 2. Stay equal through both sitting bones. Inhale through center. Exhale to pulse. 1, 2. If you can feel your shoulder blades creeping up, you can always bring your hands to a prayer position and focus more on the oblique twist. We exhale to the left. Pulse. Pulse. Inhale, center. Exhale to the right. Pulse. Pulse. One more each side. Inhale. Exhale. Pulse. Pulse. Inhale, center. This is our last one to the right. Exhale to pulse. Pulse. Inhale through center. And exhale just to release your hands down. You can move your chair if you need to, but scooching yourself quite close so that you can place your feet on the edge of the mat. And I want the arches. Also just checking the chair is not going to slip and slide anywhere. Placing the arches over the chair so it's kind of like you're a bird on a perch and you're perching the toes over the edge of the chair and then coming to lie flat on your back. Feet are fist distance apart, arms alongside your body. Make sure you're not too close to the chair either. Feet fist distance apart. We take a deep breath in. Exhale as you press your lower back into the mat. We start to curl up one vertebra at a time. Definitely glutes and hamstrings on this pelvic curl. Finding a nice height, still with the scoop. I haven't let my ribs go. I still want the scoop. Inhale, this is hamstring cramp central. Exhale as you slowly start to roll down, control. Think lengthening through the lower back. Use your arms. Your spine at the bottom. We've only got 2 more of these. Inhale. Exhale as we press the lower back into the mat. Starting to curl up. Don't forget about your little birdie feet. Curling up one vertebra at a time. Don't let your knees splay out wide. Keep knees tracking center of the foot. Use your arms to help you. Keep that scoop. Inhale at the top. exhale as you slowly start to roll down. Move with control. Think of dragging the chair towards you. And especially on this last phase, don't let the shoulders crunch in. Keep it broad. Keep it broad. Last one, inhale. Exhale, lower back, starting to roll up. One vertebra at a time. I really want you to focus on the scoop, that pubic bone to nose, that breadth across the chest. Inhale and exhale as we roll down, one vertebra at a time. For a moment, I just want you to straighten your legs just to give the hamstrings a breather. You can also take them up to the ceiling because we're going to take the same shape with our legs. Instead of doing a pelvic curl, we're doing a hip hinge. So your normal glute bridge that you do at the gym or whatever. So hip hinge, no articulation through the spine, stiff through the waist. The hinge is up and down. So that's going to be our movement. We've got 10 of those. It is quite intense with your feet lifted. If you start to struggle, you can always bring your feet flat on the floor and take the exact same movement, hinging at the hips. So let's go, feet fist distance apart. Like I said, we've got 10 of them. If your hamstrings already feel crampy like mine do, just stretch them out for a moment. I want the little, if you are using the chair, the little bird clamp over the perch. Prehensile if you want to get technical. And we inhale. It's a bridge, no articulation. Exhale, we lift all the way up for 10 and lower all the way down. We're not going fast. For 9, all the way up and down. For 8 and down. For 7 and down. Don't forget about your drawstring between your hip points, your lower abdominals. We've got 5 more. 5 and down. And 4. Take a pause if you need to. And 3. Use your arms. And 2. Neutral spine. And 1. All the way down. Well done. Cross your ankles. Just coming up to a standing position, however you need to get there. We'll just take a bit of a release into our hamstring. So let's stand leg distance away. Right leg comes up. Obviously, depending on the height of the chair, this is going to be different for everyone. Flexing the foot, and then you want to hinge at your hips. Look for a nice long spine as you reach forward. You can bring your hands to your legs. You can keep them on your hips, making sure you're not sinking into this left hip. Nice and tall. Think of tilting your sitting bones backwards. Keep flexing that front foot. And just enjoy that hamstring release for a moment. And slowly come out of it. We'll swap over to the other side. Right leg down, left leg extends, flex the foot, and then hinging from the hips. So those glute, pelvic curls and bridges are really nice for you to do if you are a runner or if you struggle with glute activation. Really nice one to do before a workout, before a run. You can do them on the edge of the bed, edge of a couch. And standing all the way up, turning around. We did the back of our legs. Now we're going to do our quads. So leg distance away. Right leg is going to come to the chair. You can either have the foot flat or the top of the foot on the chair, or you can tuck the toes under. Your preference. And we're just going to take nice, easy split lunges, split squats. Make sure you're in the correct position. Making sure you're sinking the hips down the center and all the way up. I'm going to tuck my toes under. I'm going to fall through the chair, so I'm going to keep them flat rather. Let's go for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Focusing on that supporting leg. 6. You've got 10 of them. 7, 8, 9. Last one. 10. Swapping it out, step your right leg down. Left leg comes behind you. Scooch that right leg out. Find the correct stance. And we go again. 10 on the other side. 10. 9. 8. 7. Press through the heel of the supporting leg. 6. 5. 4. 3. You've got 2 more. 2. Press through the heel. Last 1. Well done. Coming to a standing. You can move the chair out the way. We are done with it for now. Coming to stand. Let's stand facing away from your mat. We're going to roll backwards. Feet fist distance apart. Inhale. Exhale as you slowly start to roll down, 1 vertebra at a time, all the way to the bottom. Inhale. Exhale to start to roll up, 1 vertebra at a time. And then we're going to pretend we've got our chair behind us. Hands are going to come in front of you. I want you to sit down, sit down, sit down. Now, depending on how flexible your Achilles are, your ankles, use your hands or not, all the way to the bottom. And then coming to lie on your side. So we'll start lying on our left-hand side first. You want to use your left bicep as a pillow. Your right hand comes in front of you, and you're lying on that side bone in your leg on the side of the body. If you already know you've got quite an active over back, or you usually take things into your lower back, I want you, before we start, take your legs a little bit in front of you. You find a slight banana shape with your body. If you're all good, you're in a nice straight line. Now think of having a little bit of sunlight underneath your waist. So I can put a piece of paper underneath there, just a little bit, nothing too wild. You're pointing your toes, keeping that sunlight underneath the waist. I want you to hover the legs just off the mat. From there, exhale to lift the legs together as you press the waist down into the mat. Inhale to hover the legs just off of the mat as your waist lifts. Exhale to press your waist down and lift your legs. Inhale to lift the waist, lower the legs. For 3, exhale to lift. Inhale to lower. For 4, make sure your head is relaxed. To lower. For 5, to lower. The last one, you're going to hold it at the top. 6, hold it at the top, lifting your top leg off of your bottom leg a little bit higher. Now you want to try and squeeze the bottom leg to the top leg, working your inner thighs, your adductors. We squeeze it up, try and touch, and lower it down. You don't have to. We go for 2 and lower. For 3, try and lift it up. For 4. For 5. 6. 7. 8, 2 more, 9, and 10. Legs together, lowering the legs down at the same time. You're coming to prop up onto your left forearm. You want your forearm to be underneath your shoulder. 2 options here. You can either leave that right arm in front of you, but I'd like you to, I know you can, top hand comes behind you, behind the ear, elbow nice and wide. Lift out of your side body. Don't sink down into the side of the body. I want you to lift through the left hand side. Top hand is behind your ear. We hover the top leg, flex it. Taking it in front of you, we'll go slow first. 2 little pulses forward, 2 little kicks. It's at hip height. Take it behind you, point the foot, 2 little pulses behind you. 1, 2, we take it forward. It's an exhale. Use your exhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, inhale, and we go forward. You want to stay lifted out your waist and back. Try not to twist your body. Keep your body lifted. Keep your body lifted. And back. Keep breathing. And forward. And back. Lift out the side body. And forward. This is our last one. We're going to pause at the back. Back. Point that foot. top hand to the bottom hand. Lift out of your body. We're going to pulse that leg up to the ceiling, feeling your butt working. 9, 8, 7. You got to lift out that side body. I know I keep saying it, but out the bottom. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring the leg back through center and then just swing your legs around to go onto the other side. So you're going to be lying down on your right bicep. So use your right bicep as a pillow, and the same setup as the other side. So if you already know, or you even felt from the other side that it felt like you were initiating the movement from your lower back, just take your legs out in front of you. But we want a nice straight stripe if you can get one. Right bicep is our pillow, top hand in front of you, nice pointed toes, and then we start to find that sunlight underneath our waist. That lifting underneath the waist, a piece of paper or sunlight or whatever can fit under their little mouse hole. And then just hovering your legs off of the mat. That's our starting position. Take a deep breath in. Exhale as you lift your legs and press the waist down. Not a huge movement, using our top oblique. Inhale as you lower the legs. They're just hovering and the waist lifts up. Exhale, we lift and press the waist down. Inhale to lower. We go for 3. So nice to check in the difference between the two sides. And 4. Exhale up. Inhale down. And 5. Exhale up. Inhale down. 6. Exhale up. Inhale down. You've got 2 more to lift it up. And lower it. This is your last one. I want to see that waist down, the legs lift. We pause, lift the top leg a little higher. You're going to pulse the bottom foot up to the top. Let's go. 10, 9. You're trying to get it to touch, but it doesn't have to. 8, 7. Use that inner thigh. 6, 5. I know it's not the easiest. 4, 3. Lift it up. 2, 1, lower the legs down, stack up onto your right forearm. We're not on a holiday. Get out of the side body. Forearm underneath your shoulder. If you did it on the other side, top hand just resting behind the ear. It doesn't have to be behind the head or in front if you have to, but try and keep it behind your ear. We point the toes, lifting the top leg out of that side body. Flex the foot. We'll go slowly first. We take it forward. Try not to slink back. Lift out. Pulse. 1, 2. Take it behind you. Point. Pulse. 1, 2. We exhale forward. We inhale back. And we go for 3. And back. And 4. I know the legs feel a little bit heavy, especially after all our glute leg work, but try and move with control. Take it slower if you need to. You don't need to go at the same pace as me. 1 more in each direction. You're going to pause at the back. Forward. Back. Pause at the back. Top hand to the bottom hand. Lift out of that bottom arm. We're going to pulse it up to the ceiling. 10, 9, 8, 7. Pull up that back kneecap. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring your legs together. You're going to roll onto your knees. Press back for a closed leg rest position or closed leg child's pose. Reach your arms out in front of you. You can just shift your hips left and right, just giving the glutes a little bit of a moment. Rolling forward to find your tabletop position. Wrists are underneath your shoulders, knees are underneath your hips. We slow it down for a moment. Super gentle cat-cow, finding a neutral spine, that strong, solid feeling around your waist. Make sure your shoulder blades are just resting gently on your back. You don't want to round them just yet. This is our starting position. Wrists underneath the shoulders. Take a deep breath in. I'm going to break this down really slowly. Exhale. All I want you to do is just try and spread the shoulder blades. Think of pressing the palms into the mat. Just gently try and spread the shoulder blades without tilting your pubic bone forward. Keep that pelvis neutral. Gentle, Spreading of the shoulder blades, maybe feeling those triceps switching on a little bit as you press the mat away. And then slowly just return to a neutral spine. So focusing more on mobility in the shoulders for this move. Inhale, I want you to think of threading your breastbone, the center of your chest, or trying to thread it through your arms without sticking your bum out. Slowly return back to neutral. Find that neutral spine, just scaps resting on the back. We go again. Inhale. Exhale to spread the shoulder blades. Now that you know where you're going, maybe you can spread them a little bit more, gently tucking the chin. And allow for a slight, tiny tilt of the pubic bone forward. Ever so slightly. Just to encourage a more natural feeling in the spine. Back to neutral. Now for this one, thoracic spine only, upper back only. Think of just threading the breastbone through. Think of having a light on the chest and you want to draw that light forward. Back to neutral. We'll take one more like that, super gentle, super controlled. Spread the shoulder blades. Allow your head to flow with you. Back to neutral. And then breastbone through. And back to neutral. Tuck your toes to find a downward facing dog or up stretch position. Should feel really nice on your hamstrings. You can pause here for a moment. You can pedal through your legs for a little bit. And then finding this down dog up stretch position. It's a hinging movement from your hips. So if you do a lot of yoga, it feels good to do a nice spinal roll. We don't want that. We want a hinge from the hips, a pivot at the shoulder joint, moving to your high plank. Hinge from the hips, pivot at the shoulder joint. I want less articulation through the spine, more strong. From there, shift your shoulders forward, come high up onto your tippy toes, hinge at the hips, no articulation, hinge at the hips. Pivot at the shoulder joints, back to your down dog up stretch position. We go again. Try not to articulate. Focus on the hips and the shoulder joints. Close your eyes. Feel the hinge at the shoulders, the pivot at the shoulders, hinge at the hips to find a high plank. From your high plank, shift your weight forward, shoulders forward, 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 forward. Hinge at the hips, downward facing dog to lift up. We've got two more like that. No rolling, it's a shift. As we inhale to find our high plank, shift forward. Shoulders shift even further forward. Downward facing dog or up stretch sitting bones to ceiling. Last one like that. Shift to your high plank. Shoulders forward. Downward facing dog to lift all the way up. Rolling forward to your high plank, knees come down, super gentle. We're just going to take 5 on or off your knee push-ups, elbows skim the ribs to press up. Watch that you aren't sinking the shoulders forward. Take your head and your hips with you. We go for 5 and up, 4 and up. Use your breath. 3 and up, 2 and up, 1 and up. Press back again to that closed-legged rest position. Rolling forward and then just coming to lie flat on your belly. You're going to reach your arms out long in front of you, your legs out long behind you, and your face is just hovering off the mat. Think of having a little marble underneath your nose. I want you to make spider fingers, tented palms with your hands. Tuck the toes under so your kneecaps are off of the mat. This always reminds me of a little gecko stuck on the wall, so think of being a gecko. Without arching your back, I want you to think of having a little ice cube underneath your belly button. So that's my arched back, that's relaxed. That's with the ice cube just underneath. Small movement, but a small activation. Fingers, spider toes, my kneecaps are off. Little movements. I want you to extend your right fingers forward. Your hand and arm is lifted. Extend and point the left toes back and place it back. Tuck the foot, tuck the toes. We go over to the other side. We extend the left hand. We point the right foot. We place the hand down, the foot down. We're going to change it a little bit quicker. So we're going to go, I'm just going to cue the arms. So I'm going to go right and left. So it's right arm first. We'll inhale for the right. Don't forget about the foot. And exhale back. Inhale for the left. Exhale back. Inhale for the right. Exhale back. Don't forget about your ice cube. Inhale left. Exhale back. You're going to hover your hands and your feet off the mat at the same time. We're going to go for a little swim. You're kicking your arms and your legs. Keep going. Keep going. Keep that ice cube underneath your waist. You're hovering your face just off the mat. Keep your arms and legs straight. Don't bend them. Keep going. You've got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower your legs down, coming to stack up onto your forearms. If you've got an iffy back, all you do is make this angle of your arm a little bit more extended so that you aren't compressing the lower spine. You can also take this whole exercise lying flat on your belly with your head down. It's just completely dependent on your back. From here, we're pressing our forearms into the mat. We're drawing our shoulders down. We're getting nice and broad across the chest. And then your legs are together. You're pulling your kneecaps up so much that your legs have to hover off the floor. There's nowhere else for them to go. You're going to bend your right leg, heel to glute, pulsing heel to glute for 2. 1, 2. My knees haven't touched the mat. Extend the right leg, left heel to glute. 1, 2. Extend. My knees still haven't touched the mat. We go to the right and change in mid-air to the left. I want to see extension right and left. Make sure you're not pulsing the bottom leg right and left. Make sure you're not going to alternating butt cheeks. It's same heel, same butt cheek, left to the right, to the left. 2 more each side, to the right, to the left. Last one, to the right, to the left. Extend your legs. Inhale, exhale, release, hands under shoulders, press back, knees go wide. A wide-legged rest position, child's pose, all the way back. And then we're going to roll forward to our tabletop position. And then you're going to come all the way to your butt, extending your legs out long in front of you. So this is called our back support. Lots of options for shoulders, knees. I'm going to give all the variations first before we find the actual shape. So first one. When we sit back, we want fingertips to face towards our glute. Uncomfortable in your shoulders, all you do is take your fingers facing out to the side. The shape is lifting the legs up. If you've got iffy knees, iffy hamstrings, all you do is just gently bend the knees. If you are bending the knees, I want a longer bend in the knee, not a short bend. That becomes an altar position, not exactly the shape that we are looking for. We've only got 3 of them, so we're going to move nice and slowly. Fingertips behind, pointing your toes, get broad across the chest. We're lifting the hips up on the inhale. Think of trying to flatten the feet on the floor in front of you, and you're gazing kind of at the spot where the wall meets the ceiling. Exhale as you slowly start to lower. Think of a hot potato butt to the floor, and as you lift, plant the feet down, get broad. Inhale. And exhale. I know we said 3, but I think we can do 5. Inhale up for 4. And lower. This is our last one. Hot potato for 5. And lowering all the way down. Crossing your ankles. Step back to a high plank. High plank. And we're just going to hold a nice strong high plank. Wrists underneath your shoulders. Neutral spine. If you are a yogi or you do a lot of yoga, I don't want a protracted spine or protracted shoulder blades. I want neutral shoulder blades. Neutral shoulder blades. Keep pressing the mat away. Downward facing dog, up stretch to lift your hips up and back. Let's take a breath together. Inhale and exhale. Your right foot is going to step between your hands to find a lunge position. Your right arm is going to reach up towards the ceiling to take a nice stretch. Make sure your bottom shoulder isn't internally rotated. Try and keep it in its socket as you open across the chest. Top hand is going to come just behind the ear. Inhale to get a little bit broader across the chest. Exhale as you think taking top elbow towards the bottom elbow to get a nice rotation. We'll take 2 more like that. Move through some honey. Inhale, create resistance. Exhale, we close down. Keep pulling up your back kneecap. Last one as we inhale. This time, exhale as you close it off. Your right hand is going to come down to the mat. Keep the back heel facing up to the ceiling as you lift the left arm up to the ceiling. Trying to keep the hips square as much as possible. Closed hips, opening to that top shoulder. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, hands come down to frame the foot. Moving to your pyramid stretch, extending the front leg. Feels hella nice on the hamstrings. Your front leg never has to be locked out, and you can shorten the stance to about 1 meter. Making sure you're relaxing the neck, the head. 2 more breaths in your own time. Take a deep breath in. Exhale to find a low lunge. Make sure you pick up your front foot. Try not to sweep it as you step straight to a down dog or to an up stretch. And then we go straight away. Left foot steps between our hands. Left arm reaches up towards the ceiling to find a nice twist. Check in with that shoulder, that it's not internally rotated. Keep it in its socket. Top hand comes behind your head. We take a deep breath in. Exhale, think of moving through some honey as you take top elbow to the bottom elbow or to the floor. Inhale to open up, get broad across your chest, don't let the bottom shoulder come with you. And exhale to lower. Last one, inhale to open up. And exhale to lower. This time we place our left hand down. Keep pulling up that right heel, the back heel. Right arm reaches up towards the ceiling to get a nice stretch. Try and keep the hips square. Inhale. Exhale, hands frame the front foot to find your pyramid stretch. I'll say it again, you never have to lock out this front leg. You can take a gentle bend. Make sure there's no tension in your neck. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, low lunge, hands frame the front foot. Pick up the front foot to find that downward facing dog. You are going to walk your hands towards your feet, all the way to the back of the mat. And we're in a really, really passive forward fold here. Not how we started. Legs are bent, head is relaxed completely. Folding forward. And then from there, I want you to find an active forward fold. Come out of your flexibility a little bit so that fingertips are just resting on the mat. And then passive forward fold to relax forward. And then active forward fold to stand up a little bit more. We're going to take 1 more like that, making sure you're not using your neck to find that active and passive. Passive forward fold. This time, hold the passive for a gorilla roll up. As you roll up, think of tucking your bum underneath you and sending your pubic bone forward as you just allow the rest of the spine to respond naturally all the way up to a standing position. Just going to take a really nice release through your traps. You're going to take your right hand, it's your thumb and your index finger. You're going to take it to your left trap. Obviously, I'm opposite to you, I'm mirroring you. And then really use that thumb to give it a massage. So get your thumb into that trap to release. You can gaze towards the side if it feels nice. Change the direction of your head just to feel which one feels better. And then swapping it out, so it's thumb, index finger onto the trap. Find that the trap is that ropey muscle in your neck, you'll feel it. Then use your thumb to really get into that muscle. Changing your gaze, you can be over to the left or over to the right. Back through center, closing down your eyes, just moving the head. You're going to inhale to reach the left arm out to the side as you gaze to the right. The arms just lifting to shoulder height, just to get free movement in the scaps. And over to the other side. Inhale. And exhale, closing down your eyes. We'll take feet fist distance apart. Finishing off the same way we started with a soft bend to the knees. Taking a deep breath in and opening your mouth, exhale to release. Thank you so much for joining me today for our little cheeky chair flow, and hopefully I will have you in one of my classes soon. Thanks.